Hello, so I am going to try to make a quick tutorial on how to do the magic circle stitch. When you're doing amigurumi, it's usually the first stitch that you start out with. I typically use like a DK cotton for amigurumi and a 2.5 millimeter hook. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to use a bigger one just so that you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. So I've tried a number of different magic circle stitches, versions, ways of doing it, and this is the one that works best for me. Now, everybody's a little different, and so your mileage may vary. So usually what I do is I will find the end. You take 2 fingers on your non-dominant hand and kind of leave a little tail at the end, wrap it around the 2 fingers and cross over. And then I hold right there in where the 2 cross over. So you can see there's a little tail here. Here's your attached to the skein here. And I put the hook directly under the X and then put my finger on top so that it holds this cross, okay? So you can see so I'm holding the cross. And then I take the yarn that goes to the skein and I wrap it once around the hook. And then you just pull this whole thing through so it makes a little loop. And then you chain 1. So now I have this little tail who's loose over here. I have the part that goes to the skein and I have this big circle. So this counts right here as like your slip stitch on a regular row. So from here, you will just go inside the circle. So if, let's say we're gonna do 6 single crochets in the circle. So you just pull it up. So this is the part attached to the skein. So you just pull it up and do a single crochet. So there's 1, 2. So we pull it all the way through. Sorry, this hook's too big for this yarn. Okay, pull that all the way through. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now you'll see you've got kind of this row of stitches and you've got the little tail sticking out. So you want to keep this out and loose, and you've got the rest of your circle. So what you do is you hold the base of this first slip stitch and the loose tail and you pull. And as you pull, that circle tightens up and the base of all these stitches comes together. So now you've got a circle. So this is your last stitch. And so I usually put a stitch marker in the end so that if I'm crocheting in the round, I know where I started. And then you just go in the top of your first stitch here. So I pulled that a little tight, but so this will be, if I'm like my second round, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a little bit, because this yarn is weird. So here's the first one. So this is the first stitch of your next round. And then you go into the next one like so. So let me try that again. Try not to mess up my stitches at the beginning there, just so you get a better idea. So you start tail here, part that goes to the skein on the top. You wrap around, so the tail go down about a couple inches. You wrap around the 2 fingers, grab the X. So there's an X, you grab the X, put the crochet hook under the X, put your finger on top, wrap the part that goes towards the skein 1 time around the hook, pull the hook through, and then do a single chain stitch. And then we've got the tail, so we can keep the tail. I like to keep it out of the circle just so I don't lose it. And then we go into the circle. So we do 1 single crochet, 2, we'll just do 3 just for the purpose of showing this. 3, and then we grab where that slip stitch was, grab the tail, pull it tight, and you kind of flatten it out a little bit, and you can see here's your circle. And so then you can put your marker right here and go right back in And this is where round 2 starts. So yeah, so I hope that's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.